My name's Nicholas Accardi, and I'm an account executive for One Huddle.
I'm Bree. I am the chief of staff.
In my past internship, wasn't very structured. There wasn't really nothing for us to do at the time.
So when people don't do their own jobs, I literally did it for them. So when I did other people's jobs, it was kind of like, there's no thank you. It's like thanks-ish, but not really.
You know, coming out of college, really excited about this internship, but really didn't meet my expectations.
So when they got comfortable and I was good at my job, and was like, hey, can you do this? And at one point I literally got told because they didn't feel like it.
That's what really stood out to me, is that I was kind of thrown into the position, and that's where I feel I didn't really progress or succeed in that role.
When I'm doing your job, then it's a little aggravating.
That means you can edit this whole thing and film the whole thing, and I didn't do anything, right?
Oh my God.
Hey, Timey here. So the One Huddle team is in Washington, D.C. this week, and it's been really awesome so far. We've been meeting a bunch of old clients and new people and attending a ton of events, and it's been really great just seeing and talking with all these people who are really good at getting their team super fired up for the day. And you know, these are companies that know that if they really get their people engaged, then the company is going to succeed, right? That's something we've been talking about a lot these past couple of videos, mostly through making internships that don't suck and through using competition in the workplace. And again, like I said, companies know this. They know that they need to prioritize getting their workers engaged. But then I started looking at that a little bit differently. Companies are always putting the need to engage their employees in such a high position on their sort of need-to-do list. Then that must mean that things are happening that make people disengaged or make people not want to work. For instance, we're here and we're always super fired up every day, but when we're going to these meetings, we just see people on their daily commute and they look like zombies. They look like they would just love to crawl back in bed and never ever get out again. And I guess this is a simple question that I really should have been asking earlier, but you know, why are some people fired up and some people look like they just want to sleep through their job forever?
Last few episodes, it's been all about what do companies need to do, right, to improve their workforce and their workers. Flipping that on its head, it was like, well, then they must be doing something wrong or not doing something enough. What are they doing that's messing things up, that's making things harder, where they are in a position where they need to worry so much about engaging their employees and making sure people are like working well.
And like want to come to it.
Yeah. You know, because it's like, I mean, like, you're pretty fired up, I'm assuming, right, when you wake up?
To come here?
Yeah.
To hang out with all of you, of course. Always.
There it is.
So we have the orders, what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it works.
good.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Look at that.
All done.
All done.
Okay.
One of the things I've noticed over the years, working with more and more companies, is that the best leaders understand a few things. They understand not just their process and their tools, like the technology that they use, but they also understand their people. There's so many articles, posts, discussions about the things that you can do or should do to drive better performance. But I think there's certain things that you do that do the opposite. So what's the first thing that makes you hate your job? Shitty coworkers. Everybody always talks about their manager, but there's only so many managers in an organization. We're talking about what makes an employee wake up, open their eyes and say, damn it, I don't want to go to work, and they're going to hit the snooze button. What makes them do that? It's going to work and hang out with a bunch of people that they don't like. People who make you redo your work, people who make you do everyone else's job or even their job. Nobody wants to get up and go to work and be around a bunch of people that are not on the same team as them every day. So what's the second thing that makes people not want to go to work? It's busy work. There's a difference between work that's important and work that is given that is done in order to just keep people on the clock. People know when they're doing something just because you're trying to keep them moving. There's often a lot of time where there is important work that's to be done, but because of the leader's inability to explain why that work is important, it's seen as busy work. Number three, no appreciation. If you wake up as an employee and you know you're going to work with shitty coworkers, you know you're going to work with people who are going to make you do busy work, and you know that you're not going to be recognized. On top of all of that, would you want to work there too? Probably not. So many companies bank everything on just a few things. The industry that the employee is in, or the location, or the pay. See, that's the core foundation that keeps employees around, but it might not actually get them performing at the level you want them to be performing at. And what will eventually chip away at that stuff, what will make the location and the pay and the job and the industry just not as fun, not as cool, not as sexy as it was at the beginning, are some of the stuff we're talking about. If I come someplace I don't want to be with the right people, or if I come someplace and then I know that I'm going to be given busy work, that's meaningless work, and I know on top of that I'm not going to get recognized, I'm not going to get thanked, I'm not going to get appreciated, I'm not going to get a high five. Put all of that together and the core foundation that some organizations are resting and banking everything on, like the industry, the job, the pay, and that stuff, will eventually not be as cool as it was in the first place, and that will result in turnover, that will result in employees not performing the way that they should, that will result in missed sales opportunities, that will result in you missing revenue targets, that will result in you having to do different things to get more people into the organization only to lose them again just as fast. So do those things, and you're going to get your employees wanting to come to work and not hit the snooze button.
So shitty coworkers, tons of busy work, and no appreciation whatsoever. These are the top things that are going to get the people that work for you to want to stay in bed. I know this just from past jobs. Really looking back at it, it was more of a two-way street. There were plenty of things I could have done to really make sure I was as fired up as I could have been. DC's been amazing, but we'll be heading back real soon. It's been a really action-packed week, from doing training with the Washington Capitals to sales meetings literally all over the city. And we've been getting a ton of feedback on these videos, so definitely keep it coming. Any particular area of work that you'd like to see us dive into, so either leave a comment on this video or hit us up on social. We'll see you around. I really like this place a lot. Cool city, cool coffee shop.